your best advice you can give a first-time competitor on the day of the show. He's looking forward to, I guess, is going into his first show, looking forward to seeing all the work that he's put into. So your best advice, first-time competitor on show day.
Be prepared. I think that's the number one thing. What a lot of people do is they go to the show and they don't know what they're doing. That's why it's good to have a coach, especially for your very first show, so that you know all the little pitfalls of what to do with. Like, a lot of people don't know, you shouldn't really be backstage pumping up for an hour. Or what happens is you deplete all your glycogen out of the muscle and then you look flat on stage. So I tell guys, just pose backstage. Just pose. You want to do a couple push-ups, fine. Don't start doing weights and pumping and all that stuff. People watch Pumping Iron with Arnold and they think you got to pump up for 3 hours before a show. You don't look good when you do that. Trust me. Hire a professional spray tanner so that you don't have to worry about is your tan going to look good or not, you know? Back in the day, we had to do our own tan. It sucked, you know. You had to sit in the room and paint the stuff on, let it dry, standing in front of fans. It was horrible. You know, nowadays you guys have it lucky. It's 10 minutes. You get spray tanned the night before. You get spray tanned the morning of. You're done. Make sure you get a custom suit. People like CJ's Elite. CJ and I have been friends for 30 years, and she does great custom suits. They're very reasonably priced, especially for the men. I know the women's suits can get crazy depending on how many crystals and stuff you can put on that, but get a professional suit made. Don't just look for something off the rack, so to speak, or don't buy someone's used suit or something like that. Get something that's made to your measurements, you know. I can't stress that enough. You know, polish on stage, looking polished is going to really make a big impression on the judges. You know, if you're a woman, pay someone to do your makeup and your hair, okay? I guarantee you will look like a supermodel on stage. Unless you're a professional makeup artist yourself, you're never going to be able to do what some of these makeup artists can do. I remember I was dating this girl. She actually became my wife at one point, before we got separated and divorced back in the late '90s. But we went to she did a photo shoot with Flex magazine, and this is before like people were doing hair and makeup competing, and she was in there for 2.5 hours. I was like, what the hell are they doing in there? She came out. I didn't even recognize her. I thought it was another woman who came out of it. I did not recognize her. They did such an incredible job. She looked like a supermodel with the professional makeup and hair. And you know what? After she had that done, every time she competed, she always hired. Actually, she was using the same woman, actually. She would hire that same woman because she would go to all the big shows. I know Monica Brandt used her and all the top girls at the time. And because she would make these girls look gorgeous. I mean, and it makes a big impression on the judges when you look like a professional up there on that stage. So be professional. Don't cheap out. If you can't afford to do the show the right way, don't do the show at all. That's my suggestion.